Warmed up before the start of the game. 2K Sports presents third. Stan, we expect to see a lot of action inside tonight. Both of these teams have powerhouse front courts.
Yeah, Kevin, it could get very, very physical down low. You're right about that. It is size versus size. They're going to be fighting for position, fighting for every rebound, Kevin. It's kind of like an old school energy to this matchup.
So the opening lineup for the Heat. They've got Adebayo. Mitchell is out there with Hero. Then there's Norman Powell. And it's Wiggins in at the power forward. Hero from long range. Good, and the assist goes to Mitchell.
Well, that's the danger of giving Hero a look from deep.
Wembanyama passes to Johnson. Wembanyama outside. Over Adebayo. Wembanyama, no good. And it's Wiggins with the ball for the Heat. Shoots the three. Hero, no good. San Antonio with the ball. This game coming on the heels of their win against Toronto.
And the focus was to get stops. All game, they were right up on shooters, and that led to some big-time rejection.
Well, they did have some impressive numbers blocking shots, and I like their defensive game plan.
Miami's on 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. And while many teams are a revolving door of head coaches, Stan, the Heat have valued continuity.
They absolutely have. Eric Spoelstra is one of the longest tenured coaches in NBA history. Only Greg Popovich and Jerry Sloan coach their teams longer. And Spoelstra has had great success, leading the Heat to 6 finals while winning 2 of them.
And the Spurs with possession. Following the miss by Bam Adebayo. Now Mitchell. 11 points for him in that last game against Charlotte.
And it was an unselfish night for him as well. He got plenty of assists to go along with all those points.
Count it.
Yeah, Adebayo's really good at facing up from mid-range. Buries the jumper there.
Fox passes to Wembanyama. Barnes screen on Adebayo. And it's Wembanyama with the jam.
Never a bad idea to run the old pick play.
You're right. And if it produces a slam like that, you'll probably see more of them.
Yeah, defensive breakdown there. Gotta communicate and switch that screen.
And it's Norman Powell with the foul. That's his first foul. Harper, he's checked in for Vassell. And Miami with a change here, too. Larson's checked in. Wembanyama with it. Now defended by Wiggins. And he gets the bucket.
And standing easily over 7 feet. When Wemby gets that ball near the hoop, literally nothing a defender can do. A little artistry in the painted area, converting against the size.
Yeah, he didn't let the defense affect him there. He just kept his focus.
And as if the Spurs stand weren't already stocked with young talent, they moved up from 8th to the number 2 spot in the May draft lottery.
An embarrassment of riches, Kevin. And if any organization knows how to organically build through the draft, it's the Spurs.
Here's Hero. Following the bucket by the Spurs. To the paint, here's Adebayo. And Adebayo throws it down.
Yeah, Adebayo there throwing it down with a little attitude.
Outside Harper. Wembanyama with it. He had a career game last time out. Bucket after bucket. Here's Hero. They trail by 1. Pass to Larson. Back to Hero. That's in. He's got 2 made now, and he's shooting 2 for 3.
Well, everyone views Hero as a shooter, but he is also a terrific finisher.
Wembanyama outside. Sinks the three-pointer. Wembanyama's got 11.
How about 5 of 6 to start? Looks like he brought his A game.
And Eric Spoelstra wants a timeout. Looking for a breather and maybe adjusting a thing or two. And the Heat with some changes. Khalil Ware comes in for Wiggins. And it's Rozier in for Tyler Hero. There's 1:26 left to play in the first quarter. Rozier kicks to Adebayo. Adebayo with a screen on Johnson. Pass to Ware. Just 5 to shoot. Here's Adebayo. And the rejection by Wembanyama. Yaka Jonas is checked in for Terry Rozier.
Miami substitution. Number 25.
The Spurs with the lead.
Jonas.
Fox passes to Wembanyama. Shot on the wing. The kick out to Barnes. Off target from outside.
Defensive breakdown there, and they got lucky. He's not going to miss too many of those.
And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Wembanyama. Jaime Jaquez, he's checked in for Miami. Smith comes in for Yaka Jonas. Powell against Fox. Here's Powell. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against Charlotte. 4 on the shot clock. Fades and shoots. Miami no good on that time either.
Fading away. He makes that shot harder than it needs to be.
Wembanyama outside. Shoots from 12. That one good for 2. Wembanyama's got 13 points.
Now, that's a high percentage look when the D doesn't fight over the screen.
Yeah, it's certainly worth it to disrupt the offense. Coaches notice that extra effort.
And we reached the end of the first quarter. Spurs out in front, up 4. And the second quarter will get underway just... And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. And looking at what we've seen from the Spurs so far, guys, what do you think?
Well, they've been aggressive from the beginning, particularly on the offensive end.
Yeah, and that's helped them get the lead. But we'll have to see if they can sustain this offensive output.
In it forward, we'll get to see Johnson and Barnes. Fox is out there with Harper. And it's Wembanyama in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. So that's who San Antonio starts the second round.
Guys, that's just really unstoppable. He poses a ton of matchup problems for whomever he's facing.
And now let's swing it over to Allie LaForce on the sideline.
Thanks a lot. The Spurs last season acquiring De'Aaron Fox, he said what this team struggled with are the things that I bring. Self-creation, being able to touch the paint, getting into the teeth of the defense and collapsing it. And regardless of how well I'm playing in a game, I still command attention. My guys never just leave me. Back to you, Kevin.
Okay, Allie, we thank you. Here's Wembanyama. And it's San Antonio with another.
And a monster game for Wemby with the matchup issues he creates. I'm not sure anyone in this league can stop him when he's on.
You know, Stan, you look at Wembanyama's frame. Does he need to get any stronger? Put on more muscle, more bulk?
Well, Kevin, of course he could use to improve on his strength. But he's strong enough right now to be one of the best players in the league. We've seen that, but as he gets older, a lot of that strength's just going to come naturally. The scary thing is for coaches and players around the league, not on his team, this guy's just going to keep getting better.
And the D has gotten a little bit laxed here defending the triple.
A different look for Miami. Adebayo is checked in for Jaime Jaquez. And it's Mitchell in for Fontecchio. To the wing right side. Here's Adebayo. And no good. The dry spell continuing for him.
A good board there, Kevin, but overall they're getting slightly out-rebounded.
Johnson, the pass to Wembanyama. Barnes outside. Nice ball movement by San Antonio. And Wembanyama with the flush.
Watch out. Wembanyama hammering that one home.
And here are the Heat now. A 12-point game. Powell kicks to Mitchell. Pass to Ware. Powell for 3. The rebound by Victor Wembanyama. Wembanyama's got 6 rebounds in the game. About 3 minutes played so far in the second quarter. Again, the Spurs good for 2.
Showing he's more than just an interior threat. Wembanyama also possesses that reliable jump shot.
Back to Mitchell. Loads it up for Adebayo. It's stolen by Johnson. They get a hand on it. Powell with the steal. Here's Larson. Covered by Johnson. Right side, Adebayo. 6 to shoot. Trying to break that ice-cold streak. Not going to go that time.
All the energy is on the other side right now, and every miss just makes it worse.
Their body language does not look good right now. They're deflated and unable to stop this run.
Fox passes to Wembanyama. Good, and a nice assist from Fox. Fox has got 3 assists tonight. Wow, with all the player movement this offseason, Coach, some teams are clearly still trying to build their chemistry.
Yeah, Kevin, but what's tough is you've still got to try to win games while you're building that chemistry, and that can be a tough balance. It takes time, which is why some organizations prioritize continuity.
Jaime Jaquez, he's checked in for Miami. Hero comes in for Norman Powell. 1:53 left in the second quarter. Here's Adebayo. And the shot goes down. Adebayo's got 8 points.
And sinking that one, he ends a 14-0 run by San Antonio.
Pass to Wembanyama. Hits the three-point bomb. And the Spurs lead by 17.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
Jaquez sets a screen for Hero. Fires the 3. San Antonio with the rebound. Wembanyama's got rebound number 8 now on the night. Barnes finds Wembanyama. Barnes screen on Adebayo. Jaquez against Johnson. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. And for a look at how the competition stacks up right now, here's the latest edition of the Power Rankings. They tell a great story. Taking a look at Detroit, they're gaining on some of the teams above them, trying hard to crack into that top 5.
And right now, the Spurs, they've really come together. You can see the confidence in their body language, playing with that sustained focus. That's why they're leading this division.
Catching up on the changes with Miami. Andrew Wiggins checked in for Khalil Ware. And it's Powell in for Jaime Jaquez. A 3 from Wembanyama. Trains it from beyond the arc. Wembanyama's got 30.
Well, he has owned this quarter. A major reason they're up right now.
The shot and game clock separated by 4. Hero no good.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
Pass to Wembanyama. Up in time, and the last shot before the buzzer is off. And so it's the San Antonio Spurs with an 18-point lead as the quarter comes to a close. And it's been their rugged defense setting the tone. We'll take a quick break and then back to the action here.
Thanks for tuning in. Welcome. A clinic in execution so far, as it's been a dominant showing for the San Antonio Spurs.
When you could dominate on the boards like that, this is how it's going to be. Physicality and determination are a winning recipe, Ernie.
Yeah, the rebound margin really does tell the story here. Fellas, what do you say we take a look now at the power rankings?
Looking at San Antonio.
Thanks for spending halftime with us. Time to get it back out to Kevin Harlan for the start of the third quarter.
And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. We're seeing a tremendous game from Victor Wembanyama.
In those first 2 quarters, he was pretty much an automatic bucket getter if he got it down low on the block.
Reminds me of the good old days. Feed it to the big and let him work.
The Heat trail by 18. And for Miami, look at who they've got out there. Wiggins is out there with Bam Adebayo. Then it's Tyler Hero. Then it's Mitchell. And it's Powell in at the small forward position.
Well, defensively, if you're letting Adebayo get rolling, it's time to rethink your approach.
Well, Stan De'Aaron Fox said there was no list of teams he wanted to go to. He specifically said, I want to go to San Antonio.
Well, 2 words, Victor Wembanyama. Fox is a Texas native and saw an opportunity to pair himself with a rising superstar in a stable organization. Yeah, no time needed for Hero. He's always ready to fire.
Fox passes to Wembanyama. And here's Harper from the arc. Andrew Wiggins pulls it in. The Heat trail by 17. To the inside. Here's Adebayo. Gets that one through the hole, making now 7 of 13 in this game.
They are just killing them on the interior.
On the wing, Barnes. Wembanyama sets a screen for Barnes. It's sold by Adebayo. And here we go. Fast break. Powell's got it. Pass to Wiggins. Right side, Adebayo. That falls. Nice feed that time from Wiggins. Adebayo's got 16.
And it's been an efficient game for Adebayo. He's done a nice job finding the holes in the defense.
The wide open look here for Fox. Sinks the triple. And the Spurs lead by 16.
That's a dozen straight points coming off the triple.
And so Eric Spoelstra will call a timeout. Coach needs a moment to talk things over. And Greg is a former point guard in this league. Give us your top 4 generals of all time, the guys that could direct the floor and could control a game.
Wow, if we're talking traditional point guards, I gotta go Magic, Isaiah, CP3's in that conversation, Jason Kidd, but I've got a separate list for that hybrid point guard, right, which that includes guys like Steph and Iverson, West, and the great Oscar Robertson.
To the right side. Wembanyama against Adebayo. Johnson, the pass to Wembanyama. Here's Wembanyama slicing to the basket. And it's Wembanyama with the jam.
Oh, Victor Wembanyama, a thunderous finish there.
Hero kicks to Mitchell. Good ball movement here by Miami. Hero scanning the floor. Here's Adebayo. And that one is good. Adebayo's got 10 points here in the second half.
Just impressed with the teamwork out there, setting the table for one another.
Now we'll hear from Allie LaForce, and she's got a story for us. An update. Allie?
Hey guys, well the NBA keeping an open mind. Commissioner Adam Silver said, quote, "This is the only league that plays 48 minutes. I'm a fan of 10-minute quarters. A 2-hour format is more consistent with modern television habits, but it's such a dramatic change. Something like that would have to be talked about over time." Guys, back to you.
All right, Allie, thank you for the report.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control. 3-pointers are killing them at this point, and they haven't been able to respond at the other end.
And the speed of De'Aaron Fox. Wow. He gets up the court in a hurry.
And you combine his water bug quickness with the towering size of Wembanyama. It's a 1-2 punch that promises to confound opponents for years to come.
Wembanyama outside. Rebound by Mitchell.
Well, and even though he couldn't get that one to fall, that's a shot they want him taking.
Hero against Fox. Right side Hero. Adebayo with the screen on Barnes. Adebayo, the rebound by the Spurs. That'll be the first half of a two-game trip. Barnes passes to Wembanyama. Over Mitchell, and it's San Antonio with another.
Yeah, and Wembanyama is working to become more efficient from that mid-range area.
Pass to Wiggins, and here is Powell. Hero from long range drills the three-pointer. Hero's got 10.
Well, he's been able to find points, just not enough of them. They've got to string together some more buckets.
Barnes outside. Wembanyama sets a screen for Barnes. Fires from deep. And there's Wembanyama. And the assist by Barnes.
Well, he's been nothing short of fantastic this game. And he has his team in a great spot as this thing winds down.
It's stolen by Wembanyama. 8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. The kick out to Fox. Johnson, the pass to Wembanyama. Over Mitchell. Another one falls for San Antonio.
Well, they wouldn't be in the position they're in without his contribution. He has tormented this defense tonight.
Kicks it out to Wiggins. There's Hero with the three. That one doesn't drop. The 3 quarters of play all in the books. And this one all but over already. It's San Antonio just dominating this one. And after a quick break, we're going to come right back with the start of the 4th quarter. And while we can now, let's take a look at today's State Farm assist of the game.
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery?
Well, that was an absolute masterpiece of an assist. He knew exactly when to deliver the ball, and it made for a beautiful score.
And there have been 2 very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. Barnes operates at the 4 with Wembanyama at the 5. Harper is out there with De'Aaron Fox. And it's Johnson in at the 3, the small forward. And that's who's in the game for the Spurs.
And the jump shot has been a dimension of this game where they've had a clear advantage.
And the foul called on Victor Wembanyama. That'll be his 2nd foul of the game. There are some who will say, GA, there are too many threes being taken in today's NBA. What are your thoughts on that?
Hey, if we're cutting back on something, how about free throw? The three-point shootout is arguably the best part of All-Star Saturday, but nobody wants to watch a free throw contest.
Fox, no good. And Miami shooting here about 46% for the game. Pass to Adebayo. Good ball movement here by the Heat. Where? No good from outside.
And even without that 3-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
Here's Harper outside for Wembanyama. Back to Harper. Wembanyama passes to Barnes. Offensive rebound. Wembanyama on the foul.
Keep getting him the ball. He's been a huge part of this offense.
Mitchell passes to Larson. Inside, and he uses the glass on the layup. Adebayo's got 16 here in the 2nd half.
Well, how about the physicality of Adebayo? He is tough to handle that close to the basket.
And Wembanyama throws it down.
I mean, already hot coming into the game. Is it fair to say he's hotter?
Here's Larson, guarded by Fox. And the rejection by Wembanyama. Wiggins is checked in for Miami.
Miami substitution. Number 22, Andrew Wiggins.
Ware passes to Larson. Just 5 on the clock. Near the 3-point line, it's Mitchell. And the first shot of the night for him, no good. Pass to Harper. Now, here's Johnson. Here's Wembanyama. Coach, when you've had to scout for prospects, how much stock did you put in the NBA Combine?
Well, I think, Kevin, you can get certain things out of the Combine. I think the physical testing stuff is good to at least give you a baseline on guys. I think getting a chance to talk to some of the players is outstanding. And then just getting, anytime you get another chance to watch guys work, watch guys play, it's just another data point for you.
Here's Larson. Again, the miss by the Heat.
And a big lead for them on both the scoreboard and the backboard thus far.
Here's Wembanyama. Rebound by the Heat. Adebayo's got his 4th rebound in this one. Pass to Mitchell. There's the pick. Now Wiggins. Here's Larson. Lets the 3 fly. That falls. Nice feed that time from Wiggins. Wiggins has got 4 assists in the game. Spurs leading by 23. On the wing, Barnes. He's defended by Ware. A 3 from Wembanyama. Buries it from 3-point range. Wembanyama has got 56 points in the game. And so it's Mitchell who brings up the ball for the Heat. 1:49 left in the 4th quarter. For 3, Wembanyama with the rebound. For San Antonio, they've gone 5 of 8 shooting as we've come down the home stretch in this final quarter. Back to Harper. Wembanyama looking it over. And good! He hits it again. He's been absolutely ridiculous in this game.
You get the sense he just can't miss. Well, guys, this was never really a contest. Just a total obliteration, if you will. And you can safely say mission accomplished now for San Antonio.
It was a standout performance across the board.
I mean, it was like watching a cat play with a...
Again, what an avalanche!
A 60-piece. Goodness. And it's not his first of the season.
Well, he is tied for the 4th most 60-point games during a single season. Just incredible.
I didn't see that miss coming. I mean, he's usually been money from that range.
The 3. Good. Another from 3.
He's got this defense scrambling. And even when they got 2 guys on him, he just finds a way to create space.
And he's making some team history. He just tied the franchise record for 3-pointers in a single game. And it's out of bounds. The Heat able to retain possession here.
Great energy on the deflection and a good job disrupting their offense.
Yeah, there's nothing easy on offense. Coaches love seeing that kind of hustle on the defensive end.
Clock at 6. Out to Powell. Cranes the 3-pointer.
Well, that's what Powell does. Uses his accuracy from range to create space for this offense.
Now Wembanyama. Over Adebayo. Misses. And so it's San Antonio easily taking this one. And the outcome of this one was never in doubt.
And boy, they really put in a supreme effort. It just felt like once they had that lead and it was comfortable, they were not going to relinquish it.
Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. And for all of us here at the table, Stan Van Gundy and Greg Anthony and our terrific sideline reporter, Allie LaForce, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for being with us tonight. And as we leave you, let's take a look at our player of the game, Victor Wembanyama.